I'm Pratish Pare from Educational Series. I'm in class 7th and I have come with a new topic, heart. Our heart is an organ that pumps us. So, to more about this, our good organ, let's proceed. Heart. So now, do you think that this is a heart? Oh, that this shaped heart, and our heart controls your emotions and love, anger, and all of these things. Do you think about that? If you, then you are wrong, because our emotions have no connection to our heart. It's true. Our heart is just a pumping organ, and it just pumps and pumps and pumps and pumps and pumps blood. Here it is. This is our real heart. Pump, 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 pump. Now you can say that no, heart has a connection with our emotions. No, the heart does not have a connection with our emotions. But sometimes when we are some adrenaline hormone, our body secretes some adrenaline hormone, which is a hormone which causes excitement. Or if you are running and you are in a competition and you are very nervous, then our heart pumps fast because of the adrenaline hormone, so that the heart starts pumping fast, but that is no relation with the emotions. So now let's proceed to know more about this continuously pumping organ. Before moving on, please like and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon below to get regular updates of my videos. Also, I'd like to tell you about the Aryabhatta series, in which I'll put 1 or 2 videos in 2 or 3 weeks, in which there will be very good quality and of very good concepts and good animations. So let's start. Heart. Now, heart is a pumping organ which pumps blood, deoxygenated blood back to the heart, and oxygenated blood to all the parts of our body. It pumps at 4 chambers, and it pumps continuously till our death. And also, I'll tell you a fun fact that after a human body dies, heart can be separated from the human body it can stay for 5 hours, around 5 hours, because blood has its own muscles, so it can stay away from human body and function properly till 5 hours. And also, heart pumps and pumps continuously and does not get tired. The heart has cardiac muscles. You have heard about this word cardiac and cardiac with prefix cardiac or sometimes suffix cardiac. So it means that if you ever hear a word with prefix or suffix cardiac, it means related to our heart. Cardiac means heart. So there are some cardiac muscles in a heart which pump and pump and pump throughout our whole lifetime. So just all it's here. It supplies waste, and here you can see a pumping heart. Blood comes from different veins and arteries. If from a body it comes to the heart, and heart applies pressure, it pumps and sends it back to the whole body or to the lungs for oxygenation, or to the whole body to give cells oxygen to work. So let's know more about this organ. Now here our heart. So as we have already learned about this and all your classes, or if you have not learned, then that's what you are here in this video for. So our heart, as I've told you, pumps our whole. So you might think, you should know that there are 4 chambers in our heart, and the heart pumps the blood and to reach all the body. So, have you ever must have thought that heart pumps like this if you had known about it, that slowly. No, it's not that. A heart pumps so loudly that if there are no walls around the heart, then the blood pumped can go 6 meters high. So long and so pressure our heart puts. We have to think about that. And this is a heart is present in all vertebrates. So now I have already told you about how the heart pumps and pumps. So our heart has 4 chambers, and in the lower 2 chambers and upper 2 they do contraction to push blood or deoxygenized or oxygenated. It's another thing, but it pushes blood. The upper chambers push blood into the lower chambers, and the lower chambers put a pressure. They contract and they squeeze themselves, and the blood is forced out, and then they relax, and the blood from the other side comes and fills. After some time I'll explain you this better. Then they relax, the blood starts filling, and then they contract, they push it up, and it shoots up through the veins. Aorta, it's the name, and goes to all the organs in our human body. So this is all what I have told you: squeezation, contraction, relaxation, and cardiac things I have already told you. So let's proceed. We'll learn more about these topics after some while. Now let's see structure of heart. Now structure, shape, size. Now what is the first of all size of heart? It's debated, its shape, its position. So suppose here, so you can do like hold your thumb and hold your face like this, and this size is your heart. An average human heart is 14 inches long and 9 inches wide. But as you, according to you, your heart, because your hand grows, so if yours palm you can hold like this, and this is the size of your heart. The tiny 4 chambers. Here you can see this upper chamber. There are 2 small upper chambers known as atriums. This is the right one, and the lower ones are called ventricles. Left atricle, this left atrium, and right atrium, then left atrium, then right ventricle, then left ventricle. If it's in inverted proportion, but as this is the right side, so here is the right one, right article, right ventricle, right atrium. Here you can see right atrium, it's inverted in ideal. Here this is the right part, so right atrium and right ventricle, and left atrium and left ventricle. So this is the components, and they are valves: tricuspid valve and bicuspid valves. These valves are nothing, just such separations like this. Now when blood comes from here, this is superior vena cava, and there is one inferior vena cava. Vena cava is divided into 2 parts: superior and inferior. So vena cava transports deoxygenated blood back to the heart to pump it, and that heart, it will go to the heart, to the lungs for oxygen, to get oxygen. So as it comes here, it goes to pulmonary artery. It takes the way of pulmonary artery and goes to the lungs. So these valves are like openings. Now from the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, these are just superior vena cava collects deoxygenated blood from the heart and parts of our body above our heart, and inferior vena cava takes from the lower parts of our body from heart, lower than heart. So this all comes in this right atrium, and then when this right atrium starts to fill, then this tricuspid valve opens and blood start going down, and it closes. When the blood has gone, it closes like this. It is like this, and then closes. It's like this. You can see now blood can go, and then it goes like this. Valve, it goes like this and closes, because now if it's so much pressure, this also applies some pressure to, so in the down it contracts a little to go through the water. The blood comes into right ventricle, and then to avoid blood coming back to the, because it has put pressure, so it can be reflected and come back to the atrium. Then it will be a problem, because then ventricle will not pump it. Then most of the blood cannot go into the superior vena all cannot go into pulmonary artery, so it will cause a problem. So it closes like this to avoid blood from going back into the right atrium. And meanwhile, this when the left, what happens that now this sends first lungs, blood goes to the lungs and it gets oxygen. Now we breathe and it comes to right atrium and to left ventricle, then it goes to aorta in our body. And what we will learn now, we have learned this all. I am just gave you a revision. We have learned all this. It's all. Let's proceed on. Blood. It's all this blood is carried in the blood vessels, the main artery. These all things I have made you understand. I have all these told you. You can take a screenshot if you like. By the way, PPT is in the description box below. I hope you took the screenshot. Let's proceed on. This all I have taught you, nothing more.
So now let's see how does the heart function. So a heart is four-chambered. It is four-chambered. Here is our lungs. And suppose here are all the organs of our body. Now, here is the tricuspid valve and here is the bicuspid valve. These valves are nothing but just opening for the blood to rush in and rush out, as now that this atrium pumps blood to go into the ventricle. So to avoid this blood can go back into this, then sufficient blood will not go into the pulmonary artery to go to the lungs. So to avoid this from happening, these valves close, which causes the thug voice in a heart, which I'll explain you back later. So these are the tricuspid valve with three doors like structures and the bicuspid valve. So now this pulmonary vein. It is pulmonary vein. Now first let's see this process. This is the lungs and pulmonary. I'll write it for you. Right atrium, left atrium. Right ventricle. And this is left atrium and this is left ventricle. So now this from the lungs, the blood from the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary vein, Pulmonary vein, blood comes, here it goes. It's a journey of the blood, it goes to the right atrium. Now to this bicuspid valve, the blood, the left atrium contracts and the blood is forced out, or the valve is closed, the blood is forced out, so the valve open and the blood is forced into the ventricle, and when all the blood is poured into the left ventricle, then the valve closed to avoid blood going back to the left atrium. So now the blood to the bicuspid valve, it is in the left ventricle, and now the left ventricle contract. Now here is the way to the, here it's the aorta. Aorta is a artery which takes pure blood, which is deoxygenized, because the oxygen is there with the blood. So blood, as we know, blood carries oxygen to all the cells. So this blood which has come to the left ventricle has oxygen. So aorta carries oxygenate blood to the organs. This is the organs of our body, we have assumed. So it carries, aorta carries the blood, oxygen, full blood to the organs. Now every organ has got oxygen, every cell has got oxygen. Now oxygen will be finished and the carbon dioxide will be there because what we breathe, and the carbon dioxide is the waste product. It took some carbon dioxide, and it is the carbon dioxide rich blood, and it goes to the left. This aorta has many branches which go to the head and all the way all throughout the body, and then gives it to the pulmonary vena cava. Now, as I will tell you later, there are two kinds of vena cava: inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. There is only one aorta, but types of aortas, but there is only two kind of vena cava: inferior and superior. So superior vena cava takes the deoxygenated blood from now aorta sends blood, oxygen blood to all the body. So upper parts like the head, arm, face, all the blood, oxygen. Now superior vena cava takes all this carbon dioxide and dioxide blood and takes it to the right atrium, and from the lower parts of our body, this vena cava, inferior vena cava, we say upper superior and lower inferior, and they both, and this is the upper part, they both meet at the right atrium. So this is S vena cava, superior vena cava, and this is inferior vena cava. This is inferior vena cava. So they both meet at the right atrium. Then the right atrium contracts. Again it contracts, and I need to change my marker. It contracts, and then the blood through the tricuspid valve, it falls down the tricuspid valve, which goes into the right ventricle, and then again the blood is pumped, and it goes through, and it is a artery known as pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. You cannot see it. Is the pulmonary artery. So this takes, now the right ventricle pumps it, and the blood is taken to the lungs to get oxygen. Then again it gets oxygen, and then pulmonary vein carries it to the right atrium, then to the bicuspid valve, to the left ventricle, then to the aorta, to the organs, and this aorta consists of many branches, and this also go to the upper parts. This is also aorta, and then there are two vena cavas, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. So they collect blood. Superior vena cava collects blood from the upper parts, and inferior from the lower parts. They both meet at right atrium, where through a tricuspid valve, the right atrium pumps, and through the tricuspid valve it goes into the left ventricle. The left ventricle contracts and it says the blood into the pulmonary artery, and then it takes to the lung. And here this aorta and this pulmonary artery also have some valves. So there are four valves: these tricuspid, bicuspid, and pulmonary valve and aortic valve. These both valves work at the same as now left ventricle applies pressure, so it goes into the aorta, but it can't come back as it is open. The pressure goes from here, but it can come back to the left ventricle. Then blood cannot reach to the organ, then we will die. So that valve closes as it goes fully, then it closes, this valve closes and prevents blood going back into the left ventricle. Same case with the pulmonary artery. This has a valve which closes when the blood has gone. It goes to the lungs, get oxygen, and then again this process goes on and goes on and goes on, and this is called cardiac cycle. or the heart process. This is how heart functions. I hope you got it. Now let's understand it to the PPT. Now let's understand this to the PPT.
So the four valves of the heart. Now this I told you, the opening and closing, these are called valves. Now have you heard that the dhak 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 voice of your heart? You say dhak dhak dhak. That is basically we say lot up, and that now, as I have told you, that from both they are both tricuspid valves and bicuspid valves. Cuspids are like this. It's a opening, and it's like this. These are two doors like thing which opens and close, and in a tricuspid valve there are three. The three open doors, and there is a hole, and it comes out, then it close. So this is tricuspid 3 and bicuspid 2. So these are the valves. Valves, when these, I have told you that these valves close, they close dhup dhup. So that creates a sound when they open and then they close, dhup dhup. So they make a sound, and that dhup dhup sound of your heart is not created by the pumping but by the closing of these valves. So there are four valves in a heart. Tricuspid valve, the blood goes from right atrium to the left atrium. This is the tricuspid. And the mitral valve or the bicuspid valve, blood goes from the left atrium to the left ventricle. This is the bicuspid, and this is tricuspid, and this is the bicuspid valve. And pulmonic valve. Now this is pulmonary artery, and in artery also, as it's no pressure, but as it fall down into the, it goes up when it's pouring down. So left ventricle pressures and it go up, so that when now suppose that right atrium from the blood is falling to the right ventricle and some goes into the pulmonary artery, so that will come back and it will result in going less blood going to the lungs to, or getting oxidized, or getting oxidation, or getting oxygen. So it also has a valve which closes when the blood is filling into the right ventricle and opens, where it opens, and then the right ventricle put pressure, then it goes up, and now because of gravity it can come back to the right ventricle. It pulmonary artery, it's like this, so it goes and it can come back also. To avoid that, there is pulmonary valve. And the same with the case of aorta, it is called aortic valve, which same way to, when it pumps, it opens, then blood goes up through the aorta, and to avoid coming it back to the left ventricle, then the valve closes. These are both of two doors, like the two cuspids here, both. And this all is the, I have told you. Now covering of the heart. Now suppose this is a heart. This all these things, these chambers have their skin. That chamber where it is whole walls of the chamber, this a separate layer, it is called, what is called, endocardium. Then there is another covering of the heart for protection. This another covering, this is called myocardium, or we can say myocardium. And then there is a hard covering, a strong covering at the last, is you can see red colored covering of the heart, as you have seen when the heart was pumping at the first slide. So that is called pericardium. You can see all this here. Pericardium is the uppermost covering which protects the internal walls or these internal chambers of the heart. Let's proceed. All this I have, this way, from which vein goes to what I have told you in the board. Cardiac cycle. Now what is cardiac cycle? I have told you cardiac cycle means heart, cardiac means heart, so heart cycle. Now see, I have told you relax and contraction about it. So as you can see it here, when the heart muscles contract, or they push it out, then it's called systole. And when they stop pushing, they relax and the blood fills in both of these, then it is called relaxation or diastole. systole, both upper ones also do systoles and lower ones also. So when arterias do systoles before they do beat before the ventricle, means first this happened then this happened, but it's roughly the same time. Excuse me. This is called this is just you ignore this. This is not for your class and it's not for you now. Let's see this about systoles and diastoles, and this is what is important. And this is the order. First both arteries do systole, then ventricle do systole, and that cardiac diastole means both open for blood to fill, then artery, then ventricle, then both open, then artery, then ventricle, then both open for blood to fill in the arterial, and this goes process again and again, and it's still happening on when you are watching this video. Yes. So this is cardiac cycle or a heart cycle. I hope it's the high spirit. ECG. Now in your movies, or if you have someone with a heart who is a heart patient around you, or you know someone, then you may see a computer monitor that shows lines like this and zoo 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 zoo, and if a person dies then that becomes no line. What is that? Like this one, and some little, then up, then small, then up. What is this? This is just when, suppose you have seen that they put some injection like thing, or they joined it on the skin, then it sends the heartbeat. So because heart beats, so it sends some electrical signals. So that it captures. ECG stands for electrocardiograph, and also known as EKG or ECG. So that electrodes can detect that motion, and the pumping of the heart, the monitor shows that the heart is, every time it goes on the top, it means the heart is pumping, and they can see if a man is dead or not by seeing that they are pumping, if the heart is pumping or not, using ECG. Also in heart attack, there either is very less, heart is pumping very fast, or heart is pumping very low, which causes some internal problems, which causes heart attack, and doctors can know by connecting that and sensing if there is any heart is pumping or the man is alive or not. Doctor can sense to that way. Let's proceed. So this was all in this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon below to get regular updates of my videos. Thank you.